Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you all how to configure summary routes in Multi Area OSPF, where as you can see I'm using three areas where area 1 and 2 is connected to my backbone area, area 0, and I've created some of the loopback addresses on R4 and some of them on R1, where I'm going to summarize those loopback addresses and create as a one summary route instead of this router getting a separate um, routes from individual routes like 0.0 or 0.1 2 3 4 5 6 7 altogether 8 routes separately on this. The main purpose of this is to reduce as much routing information as possible, because we want to reduce the routes which are being processed by these routers, because it's very CPU intensive. It takes a lot of resources. So, and obviously it's an OSPF, so you have to take into consideration, like for in this case it's a small network. Think of like you have connected like 5,000 or 50,000 routes coming into the router. Think about that. So it's very CPU intensive, so taking that into consideration, we'll try and configure the routers with OSPF. I haven't configured anything yet apart from the interfaces. I'll show you some loopback addresses and the fast Ethernet interface. That's about it. Router OSPF 2 to show route network 192.68.0.16. You need to specify wildcard mask. The subnet mask doesn't work out over here. Area 2, and these are my directly connected loopback addresses. So I will somewhat summarize it using one IP network address to 168.0.0.0.0.0.248. Which would be 7, area 0, no, area 2, which is in area 2. I would be dumb to say it's in area 0 since area 0 is connected over here. Sample conf router OSPF1 to show the route network 192.168.16. This are using 252 mask. So 255 minus 252 is 3, which is a wildcard mask. Area 0 and area 2 will be a 20 network, and this should form an adjacency between the neighboring router. Alright, I have done a slight error. 16 is in area 2, as you can see out of here. 16 is area. I did a slight mistake. All I can do is 20 is in area 0. Yep. And 16 is in area 2, and now this should form an adjacency, but then slight mistake over there. So 24 is in area 1. Router OSPF1 network is in area 1 and this is in area 0. 20. This should form adjacency. Alright, close it and go to the next router. The router OSPF on do show IP network 192.168.0.24. Area is 1. I hope. Yep. Is it area 1 or what? Yeah, area 1. And I'll summarize those 192.168.0.8 and 0.0.0.7 area 1. Why it's area 7 is because it's using 248 mask, which so the as you can see it was using from 0 to 7, so 248 mask is having so that 8, the block size is 8, so it has 8 IP addresses where 2 are reserved for the network and broadcast address. Since I'm not using like PCs over here. If I were using a PC, then the PC needs an IP address, and the router's interface also needs an IP address. Apart from that, the 2 reserved ones, which would be a network address and a broadcast address, so you need to take into consideration about that as well. But in this case, with a loopback address, you don't need a default gateway or IP address for the router, because it's already directly connected to the excuse me, loopback addresses are already directly on the routers, so there are no physical connections over there. Those are like virtual interfaces, so they don't require so this has only one IP address. It doesn't have a network or a broadcast address. It's just a one IP address, because so this is a /32 mask, so only one host bit. So one host bit, you can't use it for any other else apart from the loopback addresses, stuff like that. For testing purposes and all, you can use that. Why I use that? Because I don't want to waste like whole 24-bit mask on a loopback address which doesn't do anything, something like that. So why 248 is because of that. 0 to so first is network will be 0, then the increment of that would be 8, 16, 24, 32, something like that. So 0 to 0 is my first network, 8 is my second network, so then comes the 16. Then I've divided it into /30, which the block size is 4 with 2 usable hosts, one over here, one over here, and one for network and one for broadcast, and so on like this. If you want to know about the summary, how to summarize a subnet, you can ask me or comment down in this video. I'll show you all, because in here I won't be showing you how to subnet and actually summarize all, because this video is long enough and I don't want to make this video longer than it is already. So sorry about that, but if you want, let me know. Our job is done over here. So if I try and say show IP route, As you can see, I'm still seeing these routes, all 8 routes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, plus these two, 20 and 16, 20 and 16. So we can't do anything about that, but we can summarize. We have already summarized, but not that's not the case over there. We have to summarize summarize it on the area border route over here. Before that, let's configure a default route going out of that interface. um, Brief. Okay, so all right. IP route 0.0.0.0. So this command says any routes you don't know, send it out this way. If the OSPF routers doesn't know anything about this, let's say this router wanted to go and wanted to browse like Google, so there won't be Google out over here, so it will send directly out this way, fa0/1 interface from this side to the internet. So that what's the command says. And if we try and configure that, we have to configure a static route here as well, because the internet has to, let's say if he want to this was a PC and he wanted to serve or surf an IP Google on the web interface, it will go out, but it has to know how to come back again, because this doesn't know yet how to go back to that PC. So what we have to do is give it a, since we know the network, the ISP will know what the network is, it will directly, it will configure IP route going to that network. So our network is 192.168.0.0 and 255 dot, so 15 16 24 25 26 27 7. So it's 24. I've summarized that. It will head out to interface 0/1, which would be this interface. Why 224 is because I've summarized all the IP addresses and took the all IP addresses and found found a bit which is not common, and from there onwards I've got this to 24. Like for example, a highest IP address would be this from here, because this is the highest one. So 24, 25, 26 and 27. So the next IP address would network would be 28, which we don't have it over here. Or you could have directly said IP route 192.168.0.0.255.255.255.0. You could have also given that, and even that could have worked, but I've given this. So 27 would be like 16 plus 8, 24, and 25, 26 and 27. So from here onwards the bits changes. uh, so only this part remains constant throughout or consistent throughout, only this part changes. So 128 in 64 is 192, 192 plus 32 is 224. So that's how we get a summarize address mask. So now this from here we can ping our internet, which is 209.165.200.4. Alright, we're getting a ping. How about here? Can we ping it from here? We won't be able to ping it because you'll see it's not pinging because it doesn't have the route. Let me show you all. IP route. If I say show IP route, I'm having the routes of its directly connected network. The network which are on R4 or yeah R4. These and these two will be 24 and 20. That's it, and it's directly connected network. Not we configured the default route going out, but the thing is that it has not redistributed among the other routers which are down the line in this network. So in order to do that, all we have to do is go in global configuration mode, type in router OSPF1 and type in default information originate and hit enter. And show IP route. This should have a static route, yeah. So this route should be redistributed among the other routers. Like for example, this should also have a route of show type 2 route. Show IP. Alright, so now we should be able to ping if this router also has that. Alright, see in the previous routing table there's no external route, type 2 route. This is one is having. So if I try to ping that again, I should be able to ping it. As you can see, I am able to ping that internet loopback address. So now comes our summary part, because I want to get rid of this whole thing and make it as a single route. How we can do that? As I've already told you, that we have to configure a separate command on this area border router. Now we have to go in router OSPF1, and I don't think so this packet tracer supports that command, but still I'll show you area, which area you want to summarize that. So the area is router, okay, area 1, type in question mark. Now in here there's no command called range over here. In packet tracer you won't find range, but in GNS tree I can show you all, but I don't know if this going to I tried it, it is working over there, but the thing is that when I try to run GNS3 on my laptop, it takes all my resources. Like the CPU is like used like in 100%. So I don't know if I will be able to show you all in this video or something like that, but I'll show you all what is the command, what will the command look like. So the area 1 range, since there is no range specified in here, but this is the exact command. Range from what range it is, 192.168.0.8, since it's starting from 0.8. I can show you. This is 0.8, and this you have to put a subnet mask, not a wildcard mask. 255.255.7. Sorry, not 7, 248, and you need to type in advertise. Let's see if I can type it correctly and hit enter, but this command won't work because Cisco packet tracer doesn't support this range command. That's why. And that should reduce the route on there, and you have to configure the same thing there as well, but there's slight modification to that. But on in here you have to type that command in on R2, which is our area border router. Multi router OSPF1. Need to type that command. So area will be 2, not 1, because we are summarizing the area 2. I can show you all. This is the area. In this area, this is the network we are trying to summarize, and range would be 0.0, and the subnet mask won't change because it's using the same thing as that loopback addresser is using. And that's it. This is the command. Hit enter, but as I said, it won't work because it's not supported, the range is not supported. And that should do the job. Let me see if I can show you all the GNS3 lab, but if I can't show you all, then you all know how to configure that, but I'll try. So let's see if I can. It's so many routes. Alright, so this is the exact same topology. I did use 3 areas: loopback addresses, the network which is going into the internet. Let's see if I can show you all. As you can see, if I try to control delete, see the CPU usage is less right now. Once I start the routers, then I don't know. Alright, instead of that configuring that, let me only start this router and this router. Right. As you can see, the CPU has gone to like 63%, and if I start all these things, then it stays at 100%, which like I can't even work properly. I mean, I can work on this, but I won't be able to record or capture my video, so bear with me. I'll try and show you all console. Alright, if I can show run, if I can see show you all the configuration. Alright, then show IP route. Let me see if I have the routes. Only one route, and that too is 16. Alright, it won't learn about those routes because my router is turned off. So I wanted to show you all the command OSPF1. Sorry, router OSPF1, and the command we have to type in area 1 for router for this area, which is in area loopback address is in area 1, and we have to specify range. See, we do have a range command over here. In packet tracer we were having like virtual link stub, NSA, say, and default or authentication, something like that, but not range and sham link. So area 1 range and then we need to specify the IP address is 192.8.0.8 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.248. Yep, and advertise. See, and hit enter, and the same thing we have to go and configure on this thing with area 2 instead of area 1. UFT router OSPF1 area 2 with the range of loopback addresses 192.168.0.255.248 and advertise, hit enter. Let me turn on this router and show you all. It's going like 87%. If I say show IP route, I'm getting the alright. This is what I should see, plus the other net. Wait on, hang on. What router I'm on? 1, 2, 3. I should also get one more route, which is this one, but thing is that I've not turned on this router. Alright, this is fine. So as you can see, I'm getting this route. Let me see if I can turn on all the routers. Let's hope that it doesn't crash. As you can see, this is like 100% right now. I hope it works. This thing application is running, which is recording this video. Show IP route, and if I could alright, I'm getting this thing, the type 2 route. I can ping my 16.0.15. Alright, I'm getting 15 loopback address, and let's see if I could turn on this router. Hope it doesn't crash. Right, it's up and running. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I don't know. 209.165.200.4. I should get a ping. Alright, I'm not getting a ping. I don't know if this is configured with the I've configured a route going out of that. Mm, configure loopback addresses. It looks fine except show route won't have much directly connected routes. 4, 5 and loopback. Past Ethernet 0/. Alright, this is in shutdown state. That's why I'm not getting a route over here. Interface past Ethernet 0/1 short. No short. Alright, the interface has come up, and if I say show IP route, this should give me an additional route. Yep, a static route, two loopback interfaces, and a directly connected route going to this router. Now I should be able to ping the internet side. Ping, I should get an ping right now. Maybe it will lose some of the yep 4 and 5. Yeah, alright. So this is how you configure summary routes on the routers. Sorry about that, I couldn't show you all in packet tracer because packet tracer doesn't support the range command. So I will upload the packet tracer file with that command in the router 3 and router 2 with a comment. As you can see, you have already seen what the command is, but still I'll try and make a point to put that command in the comment. I won't be uploading this JNS3 file, but the packet tracer file I will be uploading. So thanks for watching. Take care.